Another day, currently 5 a.m. Still pitch black outside. Doesn't get light until like 8:40. So yeah, straight up, straight active, and now time to make another coffee. Another morning, another coffee. You know the drill. Let's go. So, got a lot to do again today. Let's grab the cup that matches the shirt. Double sponsored up on a Friday afternoon. Got the mug to match the shirt. So, cheers. Nice black coffee this morning. Lovely, wakes you up, ready for the day. This shit's rocket fuel. I don't know, if you don't start your morning with coffee, I just don't think we could be friends. It's a bit, what? I think I need a new light bulb. Huh, yeah, my light's bugging out. Yeah, that light's glitching. It looks like there's a thunderstorm in here right now. Well, I've got to get the light bulb replaced. It's not like stuff to break in this house. I'm fine. I'm not going to cry. It's fine. But yeah, if you don't start your morning with coffee, you know, like I said, I don't think we could be friends. Are you really an entrepreneur? Are you really productive? I'm going to push coffee culture forever just because I think there's zero negatives and there's just only positives, and it's like the best thing we've ever discovered. Like coffee and creatine, probably like the two best substances that are like we've discovered that are like actually proven to really do shit. Along with the raw milk tribe, raw egg tribe, you already know the deal. We're on the health grind over here. Might actually have an apple as well to start the morning, why not? But I don't know if those apples are gone at this point. And also, as you already know, we share something every single day from my life notes that I think is valuable, and I think that I would like my younger self to know. And today the note I had, which I think is really, really important, because I don't think a lot of people will ever understand this. I think a lot of people get to the end of their life, like retirement age, and still fail to learn this one core concept. So I feel like I've been lucky to learn it at a young age, and the concept is value. And still, I generally say like 99% of people still don't understand this to this day. But value is what makes a difference in results, right? So you can't get more time, but you can create more value. And so what does that mean? Well, people just assume, right, you know, they're going to work their whole life. They'll get to retirement age, they can retire and live comfortably. But a lot of people get to their retirement age and retire and have their pension and realize, oh my God, this is actually not enough money to even live on. Or this is shit, this is not what I was expecting. And only then, you know, 65, 70 years, only then they realize, oh shit, I've been scammed. I've wasted my entire life making my employers rich. And here I am at the end of my life. And even if I did have money, what the fuck am I gonna do with money anyway? It's at that point, you just wanna relax, and you only got enough money to relax because you're still stressing about the bills, right? And it's all because they don't understand that one concept of value. So you can't get more time, but you can create more value, right? So we primarily get paid for value. And this is the principle they don't understand, right? We primarily get paid for value. It's just economics 101, right? You don't get paid for the time. And I know it takes time to deliver value, but you get paid for the value, not the time, right? And so at Tesco, let's just use that as an example, or at a supermarket, right? For all the Americans watching, at a supermarket, you're providing very minimal value to society, in the sense of tons of people can do what you do. It's not a high barrier to entry job. There's not a lot of skill involved. Anyone can just wake up one day and go and do a fucking robot's job at a supermarket, right? It's pretty simple. Stack shelves, do tills, like it's really, really easy. So therefore the value you provide isn't enough to actually get compensated a high ticket price. So the reason you get paid 10, 11, 12, maybe if you're lucky £20 an hour, which is still pennies. Like, the reason you get paid that is because you don't provide enough value to Tesco, right? You don't provide enough value to anyone to get paid. And people fail to understand that. So people think, I'm working 8 hours a day as there is. Let me just pick up extra shifts on the weekend and work more hours so I can get paid more. Okay, cool. Yeah, you'll get paid more. But like, what is your actual time worth? Because like I said, once you get to that age of 65 retirement age, you realize you've wasted your life. And so you need to understand this core concept. And this is arguably one of the most important things I've ever talked about on this channel. Because if you don't understand this, you'll get to the end of your life realizing that you've wasted it, right? And no one wants to waste their life because time is the most valuable asset that we have. So the fact that people are willing to give up their time, the most valuable thing that we have, for £11 an hour, £10 an hour, £8 an hour, £20 an hour, £40 an hour, it's crazy. And it's because we've been programmed, manipulated from a young age to believe, to be good slaves to society, right? And so we primarily get paid for value, right? You don't get paid for the time. And like I said, I know it takes time to deliver the value, but you get paid for the value, not the time. So you can't get more time. You can't. You literally cannot get more time, right? Time is ticking very fucking fast, right? You know, so if you can't get more time, well then what do you do? If you can't get more time, what do you do? So you can't get more time, but you can get more valuable, right? Can you get more valuable? Of course you can. How do you get more valuable? Learn higher ticket skills, learn higher income skills, provide more value overall, right? So ask yourself the question, right? You can't get more time, but how can I become more valuable? Could you get 2x, 3x, or 10x, even 100x more valuable? You already know the answer. The answer is yes, right? So how do you develop an above average income? The answer is to become an above average person. So to start, the one thing you need to learn first is if you want to be happy in life, then you need to learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And this is why most people feel stuck, because they don't work on personal development to the level they could and should. And the only way it gets better for you is when you get better. So you need to figure out how you can become more valuable, because let's just take a Tesco worker and me. The reason that I've been able to shortcut time without, buying other people's, I've obviously sped up time because I've got mentors and I've bought other people's lessons and mistakes so I can speed up time, right? But the main reason I'm at where I'm at, making 7 figures at 22 years old, and someone who's 22 years old is in Tesco, let's just say we started in the same place. The only reason I'm here is because I provide more value. And to them, they might think, oh, he doesn't provide value, blah, 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 blah. But the difference is people pay me a lot of money because I'm able to make them more money. I'm able to change their life. So changing someone's life is going to get you paid way more than fucking bagging groceries at Tesco or stacking shelves, right? So that's why I'm able to get paid more, because people pay me a lot of money because of the skills and knowledge and information that I've acquired through 6 years of entrepreneurship, through spending every single penny I would make for 3 years, investing it back into myself, investing it back into personal development, investing it back into higher income skills, investing into mentors that have been where I want to be. Like literally, I've spent probably well over $1 million at this point on personal development, on mentors, on information, on learning new skills. And so because I've invested that much in myself, that's why I get paid so much back. But people fail to understand that concept, and you might be thinking, well, how do you invest $1 million? Like that's like you had rich parents, blah, blah, blah. No. I didn't come from anything. I grew up super poor, in a flat, single mum, but I was able to slowly work my way up for 6 years, getting better and better and better. When I started making my first 5K a month, I would reinvest every penny, 10K a month, reinvest every penny, 20K a month, reinvest every penny, 30K a month, same, and it went all the way up. I was making 6 figures a month, I was still reinvesting every single penny. I would literally make 100 grand in a month and go broke that same month just to reinvest in new information, new skills, and I did that for 6 years. The first 3 years, I didn't make any fucking money. I think I probably made around maybe 10, 15 grand within that entire 3-year period while working another job. But then because I was working on personal development day in, day out, because I was learning new skills and I was investing the little bits I had from my job and what I made back into myself, that 4th year really took off. That 5th year was insane, and we're in the 6th year now. And so life can change very fast if you're willing to work without seeing the result immediately, right? And that's the biggest issue in this culture, is everyone is very like everyone wants, it's a very instant gratification based, right? Everyone wants to start something tomorrow and see results the next day. And that's why most people don't succeed. That's why most people quit, right? But you can't get good and you can't provide value to the market at large by, you know, you're not going to learn a skill in a day and then all of a sudden be able to provide a ton of value to where you get paid a lot of money. It doesn't work like that, right? So it's something, it's a journey, right? And through that journey, you've got to become the best version of you. And so that's the life lesson I want to share with you today. And that's from my life notes. And this is probably one of the most important things I've talked about. So rewatch this part, take notes, like literally write down word for word what I said and look at it every day. Because that's what I did with these specific notes. And so, yeah, that's it. I'm going to go drink my coffee and I'll see you wherever we're at next. Yeah, I just realized I really do need my haircut at this point. Because I've had to put an hat on because it's just starting to piss me off. It's really getting in my eyes. I literally haven't had my haircut in like, I don't even know, a long ass time. Maybe like 3 months, the longest my beard's ever been. I want to grow my beard out though. I want to see where it's like I just want to grow it out and see what happens. Like I might have it like shaped up a bit, like, you know, like less messy, but I think I'm going to grow my beard out like a lot. But I do need my haircut really bad. I need those skin fade vibes back, but I don't have any barbers up here, and I also need a barber to come to my house because I just don't have the time to go to a barber. I think it's such a fucking waste of time, especially like walk-ins and shit like that. So, you know, I need to get the highest ROI on my time, so I just need a barber to come here, cut my hair, and just go back home, and I'll just continue to do what I need to do because I can get on my day, right? Like, it's just so much easier, so much more efficient. So yeah, I need a barber ASAP Rocky. I'm just sketched because like my main barber's like back home, which is like fucking an hour and a half away, and it's like I'm not driving an hour and a half to go get my haircut. So I need to find a new barber that I actually trust. Also, I really don't think I care that much. Like, I couldn't really give a fuck if they kind of butcher me a bit. But I don't want to cut my hair too short. I don't care what the cut looks like, but if they like cut it too short, like it's gonna piss me off. So I need to figure out and find a barber. But it's still fucking dark. Like I think the sun might be starting to come up a bit, but it's still early morning. Super chaotic day today again. We've got a bunch of setters / growth specialists starting. And I've got to work on some stuff, a lot of stuff. I've got to look at some marketing stuff, some marketing material. I've got to start working on a webby, and then a bunch of other like I've obviously got to check on my students, and Stephen's got a call now at 6, and yeah, I might pop on that just for a bit, just to see what the crack is. But yeah, got a lot of stuff to do. I've got a big list, and I want to do some personal development as well because I've not done that yet today, and I try and do it every day. But there are days where I do miss personal development. But at least if I miss it, like let's just say I don't listen to a book or I don't listen to like anything in particular, then I'll try and at least like read my life notes and go back over stuff just to reaffirm some beliefs. But yeah, you gotta learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. So that's how you unlock the keys to the kingdom, I think, is working really hard on yourself. But also don't get caught up because let me put my camera down, right? But the thing is, window's still smashed, obviously. The thing is, if you decide to go, you should 100% focus on personal development, right? But the caveat is you definitely focus on personal development more than if you're in a job. Like for example, focus on personal development. Work harder on yourself than you're doing your job, right? But don't get caught up in personal development because I also see a lot of people that get too caught up in personal development. And they almost get like too heebie-jeebie, too sort of like manifest this and blah, blah, blah. And they feel like they don't have to do anything. and they can it'll all happen for them. It doesn't work like that. So like there needs to be a balance, which is why like at the point I'm at now, I spend about an hour a day on personal development. And so, like I said, some days I do miss it. Like I don't actually do it if I'm really busy. My main focus is like actually doing tasks that's going to push the needle forward. And so you don't want to get caught up just focusing on personal development. Like you can't just do personal development and expect to fucking make money, right? You can't just learn law of attraction and expect to be rich. You've got to actually do the hard shit of like running a business. But the personal development is meant to help this become easier, right? So like you can't just do this and you can't just do this. But if I was to say like one thing in terms of actually making money, then probably doing the business stuff and actually doing the hard tasks is where you're going to get your first initial breakthrough, because I know plenty of people that are not like personally developed but make decent money. But when you get to a certain level, you have to really hit this. So you're way better off doing them simultaneously, and then you'll go like this, right? I always use these like hand analogies. I don't know why. But like 100%, they're both equally as important, but you need to work on personal development, especially when you're starting off, because it's just going to make the business stuff easier. It's just going to make the tasks and all this sort of stuff easier because you're one with yourself. There's a bigger purpose, there's a bigger goal, and so you need both. This is just what's coming to the top of mind. These are just like random ass thoughts. But yeah, again, that's what I'm going to try and do. I might try and play a bit of guitar today, potentially. I still need to get my strings fixed. There's so many like little shit that I need to do that I need like an assistant to move in with me at this point. Like I need a personal assistant that's actually here in person. So, yeah, because there's just tons of like menial little tasks that I just need to do that I just never bother doing. They're like on my A, B, C, D list. They're on my D and E's, and I'm just like, I never do them. But they are stuff I actually need to do. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. I need to figure out what's going on with cleaners, all this shit. But, yeah. And I don't even know at this point. Well, yeah, let's go and do some work, I guess. Let's go do some work. So, I do need to start scripting, not like scripting heavily, but like coming up with like bullet points for like YouTube videos that I want to talk about. And I need to actually start creating some like really solid YouTube content that, not that this isn't solid, but I mean just like for the more broader audience of like OFM, where it's not like hour plus long. But I do think like these videos, there's way more gems and way more valuable, but it's not as like clickable, right? And so I need to start creating more viral types of content. I've already like started doing it with like shorts, because I think I could easily make a viral short. So like yesterday, I came up with this short. I'll show you guys right now. But I think it's like these are the types of stuff that do well on shorts. And when you see me like do stuff on shorts, it's so funny. I need to record the behind the scenes, because like me and my editor like come up with like, I wouldn't even just call him an editor. Like he's also like almost like my idea script writer as well. He's a fucking absolute G. But like we always come up with like these scripts and stuff together for short form, and some of them are so funny because I just feel so cringy saying some of the shit and acting in certain ways. It's really fucking funny. But like those are the types of videos that like do well on shorts and stuff. But yesterday we actually came up with a really solid, funny concept that we was like just going back and forth on WhatsApp for like a good couple of like hours. And we came up with this idea, and I'll show you guys right now. But it's just like a really like this is the first time we've tried to actually make a viral type of short. So it's like this, right? Let me. Oh, what the fuck? There's no sound. One sec. I'm connecting to my speaker. One sec. This is funny, but right. Ready for this shit?
Today, my goal is to make $10,000 from my phone, but I accidentally destroyed it with hot coffee. So
So to hit my goal today, I snuck into my friend's room to borrow his phone. Phone is secured, now let's make some money. Now I know you're probably wondering, how the hell is this guy gonna make 10k in a single day? The answer's simple. OnlyFans, of course. Okay, what are you thinking? I actually run an OnlyFans management agency that's making me this kind of money. And if you want to hear more and see exactly how I'm doing this, then click the link somewhere around this video. So that's like a short, then the link's obviously going to be to the main video. So like they're quite funny, I think, and they do well on shorts. But it's just like that more viral type of content that performs on shorts, right? So we've been doing a lot of research into shorts and retention and this kind of thing. And like this is like last year I was kind of just like making stuff to make stuff and experimenting. I knew a lot, but I was in this like analysis paralysis where I was almost in a phase of like over analyzing stuff. But now I'm just in a phase of doing, and I'm actually learning a lot from just creating content every single day. And even though it's not like the type of content that you can really learn from, because this is more like just creating content because I want to create this type of content, like the day in the life stuff. Like I just enjoy it and I just think it's valuable. And so like I said, I've got like copious amounts of motivation to do this side of things. And I do also think like 365 days, now I realize there's a lot like of posting every day. Like the first week I was like, yes, this is going to be so easy. But I think it's going to be more difficult than I imagined. But I also think as well, like fuck, what do I even like talk about for 365 days? But I'm like, well, some episodes are going to do shit. Some episodes are going to do well, and some might do really well. It is what it is, right? And so like some episodes, maybe they're not going to be extremely insightful. Maybe some episodes I would just go about, like, I don't know, right? But like, obviously they're going to be different. And like, I was almost in this thing of like thinking, like, what can I do to make these episodes better? But then I'm like, nah, fuck that. You're just doing it because you're doing it and you're just documenting your realistic life. So like, I definitely don't want to get caught up in that phase of like doing stuff for the video, because that's when it becomes more of like, I'm not just doing it to do it. I'm just doing it because I want to get views, and that's not the goal with this series. Like I said, I don't care if this gets 1 view, 100 views, 1,000,000 views. It makes no difference to I'm not going to change this style of content for that, right? At the point of this is just I want it to be raw and uncut, right? So when I say uncut, obviously there's cuts, but I mean like it's not like hyper edited, like fucking motion graphics, like this kind of thing, right? So yeah, this type of content is going to stay the same, and it's just literally is just going to be me documenting my life as real as possible. But then the other types of content I create are going to be more like actually thought about, right? What can we do? What's the hook going to be like? How can we deliver on the thumbnail and title? What are the thumbnail and title going to be? Because with these, I just randomly come up with shit. Like it's just very last minute. So I don't put a lot of thought into it. Like I said, I want this to be easy turnaround content where I can just put the camera on, go about my day, talk, and just whatever happens. Like I said, some videos could be insanely entertaining, some videos could be insanely educational, some could be a mix of both, and maybe some is just like more regular where I'm just like this, where I'm just talking, and it's just like, just real and raw. Like, so yeah, like I said, I need to, like, I've been looking at the data and I'm like, why didn't this one perform as well as that one? And then I'm just like, I can't even be asked with that type of, like, for that, like, with this type of content, like these videos, I'm not, honestly not even bothered about, like I said, I was looking at, like, why is this one done so well and why is that one done so well? And I think that's good because it's, like, valuable to learn. But then I also don't want to look at I don't want to look at this types of videos that way. And I don't want to be hyper analytical and figure out what worked and what didn't, because I don't want to make it where I'm like trying to think about how I start the video, how I do this, what I say. I just, like, because that's when it's going to get tiring, and that's when it's going to get like to the point where I don't want to create these types of videos every day. So with these, I'm going to stick them up as they are. And like I said, if they get 1 view, if they get 10 views, 100, it makes no difference. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing. Like, let's just say one of these videos gets 100,000 views, right? I'm not going to look at that and be like, shit, what did I do in that video? How can I recreate that and make it better? I'm just going to be like, if the next video I post gets 10 views, I don't care. So like I'm only going to be more hyper analytical about like the actual like content I try to create in a specific way for a specific purpose to get views, right? So yeah, that's like kind of where I'm at with this side of things. But with these, I just throw up a quick thumbnail wherever comes to mind, and it is what it is. I just create. But yeah, what do I need to do first? Let's take a look at my list. Ooh, we have started. You already know the vibes. So, join the clan as well. I think it's private now. The clan's private, so you're gonna have to message me on like Instagram Clash if you want to join. You've got to be minimum Town Hall 12. But also, I think you might be able to request to join, and if you do, I'll accept you if you obviously meet the standards. But you need at least 2,000 trophies, and you need to be at least Town Hall 12. We've currently we kicked some people yesterday after the war, so we've got 36 people in there now. And we've just started a war, 30v30. We're in preparation day. So if you want to join the best clan on the planet, then join. We lost our first war, and after that I said we're never losing a war ever again. Second war, we clutched right up. Maybe I'll fucking play the clip of us winning our first war, because it was just funny. I don't know why we cared so much, but it was just such a shitty fucking... I was like, we're never losing a war again, and then we was getting smoked in our second war, and I was like, oh, this is so fucking frustrating. So like all day I was just like, we've lost this war again. Like, this is bullshit. Like, people are getting kicked. I was pissed. I was putting on my IG story. And then and then it was such a fucking, like, climactic fucking situation where, like, we thought we'd lost all day. Then I rang Snow when there was 2 minutes left because he hadn't attacked. And I was like, oh my God, he can win us this war. And it was like, I was like, oh my God, we're going to win. And then we thought it was a draw, because he didn't get enough stars to give us the clear win. So he was like, oh, is it a draw? And then I forgot you can't draw on Clash, and it goes off damage. So I was like, oh, we fucking drew. Like, oh, well, at least it's not an L. And then the screen loads, and it says that we won. And then we didn't expect it, so it was just like such a fucking funny reaction. But we way overreacted to winning a Clash of Clans. It was like there's money on the line and some shit. It was funny as fuck. That's how much we care about this fucking game. So yeah, that's pretty funny. I think we might start a Clash Royale clan as well. I am Arena 13. Arena 13 on Clash Royale. Apparently, I'm Town Hall 13 and Arena 13, but like this is because I played these games like 2 years ago and I was a little sweat. So yeah, but yeah, maybe we'll start a Clash Royale clan as well. Yeah, so if you want to join that, maybe I'll pop her up on my Instagram or pop her up in the next video or some shit if we decide to start a Clash Royale clan. But yeah, I think I'm going to close this video out for today, but tomorrow you're going to want to come back because there's going to be a ton of value, especially in the coffee segment, because I'm pretty sure Dean is coming over and he said he wants to do the coffee segment and just drop some fucking game for however long it takes. And we always have good conversations, so yeah, if you want to seriously get some sauce on wherever the fuck there is we talk about, we'll probably talk about sales, probably talk about life, personal development, tons of different mindset, all this shit. Come back for that, because that's going to be like the Bible on mindset. But yeah, I'm going to close this one out today because I got a ton of shit to do. So I'm literally just really, really busy. So yeah, I'll probably just close it out. Like I said, got loads of work to do, and yeah, just come back tomorrow, because why wouldn't you come back tomorrow? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, hope you're having a blessed day. Like I said, I've got to go and do a ton of high leverage work, and other than that, I'll see you in the next one, I guess.